Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
We're live, we're
We
live.
are live, I
Welcome
think.
back. Is this game or day 2 of the SLE play-ins tournament? And today is all
Indeed.
about Team Jalapenos versus both Runtime and Team Jalapenos versus Team Negative
Yeah,
Gaming.
negative gaming as well, I believe, yeah. So,
Two super intense games to get into again, as per usual. I am Brady, and I am joined today with Just Silky. How
yeah.
you doing, Just Silky? How you feeling today?
Not bad, not bad. What about yourself? How are you?
I'm super hyped. I've been waiting all day. I've been waiting for a
Yeah.
week. I know a couple people have as well, but we're here now. We're ready to go.
Indeed.
And yeah, I mean, what are your expectations for this game? I know we had day one a couple of days back now, but
Yeah.
I think we are starting to see a couple of like reasonably meta-defining champions pop up, and I know that in about a week's time, I think it is in about a week's time, we're going to have a huge patch that completely destroys everything that we know about the game. But right now, we're seeing a lot of hyper carries. We're kind of slowly starting to see the return of Senna. I know Tom Kench got changed. So there are a lot of changes in the game right now. And super looking forward to see what these teams decided to do and how these things played out.
Indeed, indeed. Is there any particular lanes or matchups you're interested in, as in, like, the top lane, or for example?
I mean, there are a lot of different things. Me being an 80 carry main myself, I'm a big fan of seeing your Caitlyn Jinxes. I'm a big fan of seeing your Ophelio. Senna's pretty good right now. There are a lot of different things that
Indeed.
that can come in and around. But I think we should jump into the first
Indeed.
draft and have a little talk about it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting an anonymous message to just apparently just check up on your mic on OBS. We can hear everything. I don't know what that means. But,
I'll turn it down a bit, I think. Is that
whatever works. But cool.
Okay. Right, let me get this draft up.
Just let me know when we are in the draft, and we shall have a talk about it. But yeah, how was your day today, man? I've been I've been chilling. But yeah, I don't know. I've had my.
Oh,
We good?
not quite.
No problem. No problem.
Okay, I think we're there. It should be there.
All right, we're there. Runtime on the blue team in the blue corner. We have Jalapeons. I've been saying the name wrong. R.I.P. In the red corner today.
Indeed.
Oh right. Blue side draft. B1 Jinx.
Yeah.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's very strong, hyper carry, which is very strong in the current meta, and
Of course, I completely
doesn't surprise
agree.
me. We also see the Diana band out, which isn't a surprise considering the bot lane, the mid jungle duo, of Runtime. Very not Runtime. Jalapeons massively enjoy the Yasuo Diana combo from looking at previous games.
I mean, true. I mean, everyone loves the Yasuo combo. Both players just hit R and you just get the free wins.
Course, yep.
Also, if you could do me a favor and just turn us both up. I know you just turned us both down, but Chad is being very temperamental today, so
I'll try.
We make do. Don't worry about it.
It's all good. Let me know if you need it
changing again. I think right now the meta demands hyper carries in the bot lane. Jinx definitely one of the best users of lethal tempo. A lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage, but again, the Nunu Akshan R1 R2 answer again. I like the idea of Akshan. I think his passive is so
strong, bringing
painfully annoying as the game gets later on into the game.
Indeed.
Nunu again. I think we're gonna see a very gank heavy style from the Jalapeons. We know that their jungler likes to do that kind of thing, and definitely getting a jungler to facilitate that is good.
Yeah.
And I mean, we move down. Trundle Akali. I'd love to see tank Akali. I think even though it was hotfix, it's more than viable. And Trundle into Nunu. Enemy team has a tank. You pick Trundle. Fine. Works.
Yeah.
Great.
As a Trundle main, as a Nunu main, Trundle is very annoying as...
of course. And that pillar as well, you can just block you. It's like, great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
It's just
playable game.
Yeah.
But I mean, and then the R3 Senna. Now, Senna did get changed. I'm not going to say buffed. It was a buff. I think her Q slows now, or they changed something whereby she has more slows, right? So this champion immediately is now kind of mainstream, kind of meta because of her huge range with that lethality build. She's great against squishies, and again, she's so safe. And we've seen the Senna plus tank lane matchup in the bot lane before. It's looking like we're gonna have it here again because after the Leona and the Tahm Kench ban, obviously respecting the Senna Tahm pick, they went with the Cho'Gath. Yeah. Now, Senna Cho, I have played. It is extremely powerful, and the amount of CC, the amount of tankiness, and the amount of sustain that these two champions bring to a team, it really enables a great front to back. When you have a champ like Akshan that has a ton of DPS and the Corgi again with a ton of DPS, a ton of poke, it's really difficult to get through a Cho'Gath and to outpoke the healing of the Senna later on.
Indeed.
Now, again, I think the Akali is a great pick to try and mitigate and try and dive onto that backline. So is the Gragas, in my opinion, in this comp. His body slam, his ult, obviously.
That can pair really well with the Akali and as well, even with the Trundle.
Now, I know Janna's been changed, right? They increased her tornado speed. They did something to her W.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not sure exactly, but
I'm undecided whether I like this champion or not. But I think when you pair it with the Jinx, a lot of potential there.
I do think they will struggle early on into the laning phase due to how much
just the poke and the sustain from the center Cho'Gath lane. 100%.
So, I think as well in the top lane they'll have a lot of prior with the Akshans, the Gragas. I think Gragas could struggle early on. The mid lane matchup I am unsure about. I'm not a mid lane player, so matchups don't.
I mean, looking at it for me, I think Corgi is just a very, very strong meta-defining champion, especially with this new build going around. I think you're going Mana Moon, you're going Ravenous Hydra, and then you're building Ludens. That is a very, very poke-heavy build. If you get a Q ult off, you're chunking people out for like their whole HP bar. It's nuts.
Yeah.
But again, I think overall both teams have reasonably good ideas and reasonably good tools at their disposal here in this game, and it's going to be super interesting to see how they actually go about playing it out. So yeah, again, Runtime versus Jalapeons. This is going to be game one, and without further ado, I think we should just jump straight into the game.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I think just thinking about it right now as we jump into the game, are we going to see anything crazy come out level 1? Because, you know, you do have that Nunu. If he does go snowball, you get that snowball start. That's a lot of damage level 1 if he gets that massive snowball, and we do see these first items coming out.
Indeed, it'll depend really if. Yeah.
True. We'll see how ballsy both teams are, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, both teams coming out now. Game 1, Team Jalapenos on red side, and Runtime here on the blue team. Opting for a 5-point start, both teams. Senna getting a little bit lost in the shop. It's pretty big. There's some new items now. It do be like that sometimes. Now, what do you think of this pixel ward? I think that's actually, if the Nunu resets and picks up a red trinket, effective ward. I think I would have loved to have seen it a little bit deeper, but generally speaking, fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, both teams just, you know, eyeing each other up here. Nunu going to take that reset, and I wonder where both junglers are going to look to start this game. Nunu has looking to be set up in this top side, trying to play towards his Senna Cho'Gath, which is fine, completely doable. You have a lot of CC in that lane.
As well as Gragas being difficult gank in general anyway. So.
He's going to be a tanky monster. Yeah. We saw it the other day. That man versus Shen, the guy literally chased him to Narnia and was still full HP. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nunu and Akshan opting to start in that top lane. And yeah, I mean, both junglers actually opting to start in the top lane.
Both pathing down.
However, Trundle opting to go leashless. Now, I'm not entirely sure why the decision was made, but it has been made to do that. So both junglers will be getting down to a bot lane. You'd expect Nunu having that leash to be perhaps a little bit quicker. But yeah, I think once we see how this bot lane plays out a little bit, because again, Senna Cho is a really, you don't see it a lot, right? You see it a lot when the two champs are meta in 5v5s, but like this is not your run of the mill solo queue, comp. As we see some heavy trading as both teams are really fighting for this level 2. It does look like it is going to go over to the blue side here as Akali is getting pushed in the mid lane. Nunu has made his way down to the bot side of the map. Trundle just crossing now.
Just a little bit behind. Nunu has decided to skip his wolves, obviously given the least XP as well as gold.
Nunu looking for that 3 camp gank cheese. He's going to finish up the Gromp here, and he might get spotted out, but he might be also looking for this gank as he is level 3. But no, it does look like he's just going to clear his group up. He's going to bide his time. He's going to let this Jinx Janna push in just a little bit more before finally deciding where he wants to get this first gank off. Akali, looking for that aggressive trade. Janna will get CC'd up. I mean, this is exactly like what I was talking about in the draft. The amount of CC that Senna Cho brings. Like, if Cho hits his Q, Senna will hit his snowball. And so now the flash forward.
Nunu is a bit behind, but Janna has to flash and heal to get away safely.
The Jinx heal gone, the Janna flash coming out, the Nunu just coming down to say hello, just greeting the...
Maybe looking for a mid gank.
He might be looking, and this is a very, very gank heavy playstyle as Akali might not be suspecting as the snowball does connect.
But he decides to back off.
The root does not come down, and Akali will just walk away. Lunum49, not new to the SLE. He was here last time, as Runtime was also here last time, off the top of my head. My boys Vion and Lunum both here, as again, some trading going down onto Cho, as Trundle is now in the bot lane. 0-1 Aaron, 0-1. But he might get spotted. I'm not sure if he was spotted on the Scuttle Crab, but Trundle is going to look for an invade here. He's not going to find anything, just going to reset.
Nunu, I think, again, looking mid lane for this Akali.
Really trying to make sure this Akali knows.
The root will come through, and Akali will have to flash away to get to safety. But that is very good for Nunu, as it obviously means next time Akali will not have that option and could be fatal for...
Completely agree. Summoner's burnt in the mid lane. Summoner's burnt in the bot lane. Can Nunu take advantage? As he will help. Corgi to shove in here, doing some 360. Is this the new era of disco nooning in the mid lane? This is, but he will just take his leave from the mid lane as there's some standard top lane trading. Akshan finding what appears to be winning trades here because he has the priority, he has the XP, he has a small farm lead, which I expect to kind of even out. But overall, a pretty tame first 5 minutes. Nunu's doing his best, but nothing crazy right now. Yeah. Again, I wonder when both teams will opt to, or if they will opt at all, because I know Nunu is very, very good at these early drakes, right? Now, I don't know if Jalapeons want to start stacking drakes early, but I think Nunu is a champion that definitely facilitates that. And when need be, the Senecho can get a really strong push on, I feel like. So it wouldn't surprise me to see if Nunu did opt to start up one of these drakes in the next coming minutes. But
Runtime have kind of just got to chill at the moment as their comp. I guess there's a lot more scaling than the likes of Nunu and even the Senna, the Cho bot lane, as well as the Akshan at top, who have so much priority in these early levels of the game.
I completely agree. The Senna range early, the Cho Q poke damage, but that being said, I think both teams have some pretty dangerous scaling options. Like Kali is gonna hit that E, not gonna take it back, but both mid laners dinging 6. Akshan is the only solo laner to not ding 6 quite yet. I'm sure he will hit it now as he gets back to lane. And we do actually see the Trundle looking to start up this Drake, but Jalapeons might catch on to this as Senna does walk over. Light training, and Nunu comes out with a huge steal. I mean, it's Nunu, right?
Yeah.
Flashes out, he gets the Q smite, and he's out of there. Now, while I said that Nunu might want to start up these drakes,
Trundle flash into safety.
Teamfight does continue on, looking slow. Jinx also forced to flash away.
Janna could go down here. First blood over to the side of Runda. But they do trade back with a kill, making it a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
But yeah, overall, 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Flash is forced out, but the first blood actually goes over to the Akali. Now, I don't know about you, but this is a mid lane Akali. I'm assuming she's going to go a level of AP as opposed to that tank build, because it is Akali mid top. But yeah, that is a terrifying thought. However, Akshan got a kill, Cho got a kill. Akshan is also not a champ that you want to see fed.
No.
Because this man can single-handedly take over games. Now, Cho, it's Cho'Gath, right? My guy's a tank. He's not going to do too much more with or without gold. But,
I completely agree. Trundle up into his top lane. Just going to back off in the end.
Cho'Gath tanking it up here to get that freeze, just so really perhaps even setting up for the gank. But Cho'Gath passive and plus pot, he's just gonna plus D shield. I'm sure he has second wind as well. Unfortunate that the freeze doesn't actually work for him, but he buys enough time for his lane partner to get back into lane so they can share XP again. What a nice guy. I can respect that. I don't know whether they call it support diff or AD carry diff, because I don't know the AD carry, because it's a weird lane. But yeah, we do see Nunu pathing down to this bot side now. Bot lane is pushing into red side, is pushing into Jalapeos
Corgi's also here on his way down, so they may look for the dive here if they want to back off.
This might be a 4-man. Corgi does not have the package, but they might look to just dive this. As Senna flashes forward, Corgi package comes
Jinx
forward
is going to be CC'd up. She's just going to go down.
And good night, Jinx. That is a clean kill, a clean pickup, a great package in from the Corgi. And again, this bot lane comes with so much CC. You need to be careful. And I mean, I think that's the second time now this Senna, if I'm not going to butcher his name, Eclipse? Am I saying that right?
I think that's right.
That sounds about right. I think that's the second time now he's looked for that flash forward as the top lane trades get a little bit spicier.
Yeah, Runtime looking to trade off the kills down bot with a Rift Tail, which will hopefully help
open up the map.
help him try even out the gold a bit.
This Senna poke is brutal. Jana really feeling the brunt of this high range Senna, and it's only going to get worse, as we do know the Senna passive gives her more range, more everything is.
As Gragas, does he? I think he just lives.
Forced to flash out, will hide behind the tower. Corgi not done with his bot lane yet. He will leap forward, gets his seed, and the Super Mega Death Rocket just going wide, so Corgi will
Trundle in the area though, he may look to.
Corgi needs to be careful here. The Trundle is looking.
Trundle. Just going to force the flash out of the Corgi.
Now, Gragas has no flash, but he does have the ulti, so if Akshan does look here, he find. Oh, never mind.
Never mind. Just Akshan doing Akshan things.
Akshan, Q auto flash for the stylish kill, and that's kind of harsh now onto Gragas because he's going to miss a full wave of farm too. As again, this Corgi really being proactive with his trading or with his roaming. I like to see that, especially on perhaps a champion you might not expect to see it for. The Mana Moon is completed for him now, as he is actually a fair amount of gold ahead, despite Akali getting the first blood. Corgi doing work across the map to get himself equally fed, as Janna will stop the back of Senna. Unfortunate. But yeah, now, I mean, Ocean Drake is 30 seconds away. Do we expect to see either team give it, or it does look like Team Jalapeons is setting up on the Akali here? She does need to be a little bit careful.
I don't think Runtime are really in the position to fight right now due to the state of the game. I think if they fight, it could be catastrophic, and I feel like giving the Drake would be the smart decision, and maybe looking for some plates on the top side.
No. I mean, you said it in champs. Trundle is a menace. He sees the snowball, he's like, yeah, no. There's a wall. Have fun, my guy.
Yeah.
But it won't stop them. Akshan is committed down here. He's given up a little bit on the top side, but again, if you can stack these early Drakes, which Nunu is so good at doing, as we did see. You have a Nunu and you have a Cho.
Yeah. It's going to be...
Yeah.
So difficult.
I wonder if we'll see a Rift Herald spawn here, as we do see people collecting around the mid lane. Akshan's still not gone back to his top lane. Trundle's just going to spawn the Herald up, just looking for plates. Gragas is also here.
Trundle going to be chunked out a bit there with Nunu. Maybe looking for an engage here, but just decides to back off.
Herald used. They do just pick up a couple of plates. I mean, again, we are nearing the point where plates are falling, so perhaps a value Herald there, as Corgi does just snipe out the Akali recall. So she's not going anywhere. She's going to be forced to stay in lane for another couple of waves. Yeah, again, we do see a lot of trading here in this top side. As I think Akshan is looking
for the kill, but it's going to be met by Trundle.
Of course, yeah. Akshan ulti going to come out. Trundle and Nunu arriving to this one.
Trundle's just going to go down, and Gragas gets rooted with the Senna and the Nunu. That is... Wow.
Nunu coming in with a huge double knock-up, flashes the wall, channels the ult, and Senna with the vision to see it from across the map with the slow, gets the snipe, and just helps your boy out.
Just a clean play
2 for 0. And the Senna flashing forward again for the W.
Jinx. Flash it away.
Flashes in response. That is the third time now Senna has done this. She does not care. But yeah, I mean, Janna forced to ulti in response. Jinx also forced to flash in response as Nunu does look onto the mid lane. Akali not happy about that. Gonna trade back pretty aggressively. So we are 13 minutes in, and we are already seeing just under 3k gold lead start to appear for Team Jalapeons at the moment. Now, yes, I think both teams have scaling options.
I think the most important part of this for Jalapenos is, look, if you look at the gold gap in the top lane, most of the gold is on that Akshan, which, as you previously said, can take over a game.
This man, yes, you don't want to allocate your resources to, say, a tank. You want your resources on a carry, and that is what Red Side have done this game. Akshan sitting with 3 kills, 1 assist. It's also up a couple of CS. Not that the CS really matters too much to Gragas. He is a tank. He is just looking to get in the way and really be annoying and disrupt team fights. But definitely Akshan sitting on 3 kills. Corgi sitting on 1 kill. super, super important for the DPS of this team going into the later stages of the game, because the faster those two scale up, the faster red team will find themselves victorious. But yeah, it's not all doom and gloom here, as Akali is also sitting on a kill, assist, and the team fight threat English, nice, of the Jinx and the massive DPS that she threatens in these team fights, especially if they get that front to back going with the Gragas Trundle front line. You still have to back the Jinx to be a massive menace as Trundle is forced to smite away that scuttle. But he will continue to get the scuttle, so fair play to him. Senna's just going to clear out some vision here. Nothing too crazy as Nunu is looking for some deeper vision. But yeah, Akshan might be looking for something on the top side. Gragas just going to body slam, walk away. God, aren't tanks enjoyable? But yeah, this is exactly what we like to see. Gragas is just there to completely nullify this John can do until later on. But yeah, both teams looking pretty happy just to sit and chill out. As Corgi might be getting engaged on.
Has to flash away.
Forced to flash away. Meanwhile, maybe bot lane.
Yeah. Oh, he misses.
Nothing too crazy there.
Oh, Senna goes low.
Senna is forced to stopwatch. She's going to be able to get a reset here. That's
she does, but she goes down in the process. Akali's going to get rooted here with the ulti. And she's going to dash away to safety as...
ulti away, yeah. So overall, a 1-for-1, but Corgi might not be done here. I think he does have the package. They might for Janna. Action is also down in the bot lane.
She's just going to fall as well as Akali shortly after.
2 easy kills, and I mean, this Akshan does not care. He's like, I'm going to push my lane out, goodbye. You can herald top, I do not care.
This will also probably be a guaranteed third dragon for the team of Jalapeons, which they're starting to stack up. Runtime will have almost no choice but to fight the next one, unless they're willing to go up so.
Perhaps caught out here. She will get caught, getting a little greedy, playing on that weak side of the map, but she might have set up for the action.
Who's going to get the revive off before maybe taking down the Gragas.
Hey, you remember when Senna was dead? Yeah, me too. Don't you just love action? Yeah, nice. What a fun champion. Now we see the 80 carry, both 80 carries here getting a little bit greedy and getting caught in these lanes where perhaps they shouldn't, but ultimately, again, one team has an action and will insta-revive his carry, while unfortunately for Jinx, she is forced to wait out the full 20-second death timer. But yeah, taking a quick glance across the board, we are seeing first item completions being done for just about everyone now. We're still waiting on Janna, we're still waiting on Vion to pick up his first item. But cracking onto Jinx, completely standard. Frozen Gauntlet, is that what it's called? Ice Fire Gauntlet, or whatever it is. The Frozen Fist on Cho'Gath. The general tank items, to me, they're all the same. They make you strong, they make you tanky, some give you size. But yeah, nothing too special coming out at the moment. We do see the Corgi already with the fully spec'd Muramana. But yeah, other than that, something quite. Is it Kali looking to go in here?
She's just clean from Akali, getting a massive shutdown, which will...
650 gold in her pocket. Shutdown over to the Akali again. Super, super clean. Flash not even needed. Corgi, no flash available to him. Tries to Valkyrie away, but just can't get out. And Nunu is looking mid now for another dive on Jinx lane. Cho'Gath drop, sure will connect, but nothing ends up happening.
I think they're just going to trade the mid tower here for the bot tower, which isn't necessarily the worst thing for Runtime, as it does give him objective bounty. But
true, I think in this new meta with objective bounties, actually going even on objectives isn't too bad, as they are going to have to stop the recall here. But Nunu's got his own mind set up on mid lane. He might find himself caught here, but he is quite tanky.
Akali goes down with Akshan, now going 7-0.
I mean, Amaralty just showing us here a clinic, an Akshan clinic at the moment. But yeah, Nunu didn't even feel the need to go down and help. He's like, you know what, Akshan is huge. He has this in the bag. I'm just gonna go mid and see what I can do. Unfortunately, didn't get anything, but again, really clean from the rest of his team to go down, identify that Akali is alone, and stop the back and pick her up. But
they could look for a fight in the mid lane here. 3-man knock up from Cho'Gath. As Cho'Gath actually ends up going down, but will it be at the cost? It's just so far looking like a 1-for-1 trade in the mid lane. As
1-for-1 trade, a couple of good Cho'Gath Qs coming out, but again, this is why you pick Janna. This is why you pick Gragas. Some great, like, some really good peeling options in those two champions. Is Corgi with a little bit of micro to dodge out on that body slam, and yeah, 1-for-1 plus tower for blue side here. Again, that's a trade that they'll take, but Akshan maybe not done yet.
Maybe looking for a bit more.
As red side, as Team Jalapenos here, do look to get something back for themselves in terms of towers and objectives, and they will look to take this tower, and it's looking like it will be uncontested, unsurprising, after this massive team fight in the mid lane. If I do look, we are actually going to see a Mountain Soul. I probably should have mentioned that before third Drake, but the timer, the clock is ticking. You got 1 minute left before you're kind of forced to take a fight on this Mountain Soul, because that's a Cho'Gath and that's a Nunu. Those are two extremely tanky boys. You give them a Mountain Soul on top of that, and I mean, they almost become impossible to shred. And yes, you have a Trundle who's stealing tank stats, but oh, I'm not gonna say anything as Akshan does look here.
Yeah,
just gonna get knocked up, and
I think
nothing gonna happen
in the upcoming Dragon fight. It'll be vital for Gragas maybe to get a massive ultimate onto the likes of Akshan and Corgi, trying to take him out.
Really get in and disrupt and take him out. But
yeah, if they allow Nunu and Cho'Gath just to frontline, it'll be very difficult for him to do any real damage.
Runtime here really taking ownership of this river now, as Nunu is gonna barrel it down on the top side from mid into this river. As we might look to see some sort of fight here, as both teams look for the vision, look for that river control that is so important, because Drake is spawning in 5 seconds. I wonder if we're going to see a fight. Cho moves his way up to the front of the fight.
Corgi low. Corgi's going to go down as Akali goes in, but it's still looking really good for Jalapenos here, as they're just taking over this fight. Akshan now going 9-0 nearly on this Akshan.
Yeah, he wants that 9-0. He's looking for it. He doesn't care about.
Corgi also pushing in the mid lane, looking to get this inhib turret, and it wouldn't surprise me if they just turn straight for the Baron.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, they could look for the Baron. They could look for that mid inhib, and it looks like Nunu is going to snowball Baron, send it around a little bit, but yeah. All eyes onto the Baron. We're at 22 minutes into the game as Corgi marches his way down onto the enemy's base, onto the enemy's inhibitors. Will not take it, but Baron is being started up here, and I can't see Runtime responding to this, as I do expect it to get burnt down pretty quickly once Corgi does show up, or Akshan turns up for that matter. But yeah, we're seeing what is the 7k goal lead, and I mean, it shows. It doesn't matter how well prepared Runtime turn up to these fights, they just don't have the gold, they don't have the items to compete, as there might be a trade here as Trundle's pillar does go down. Oh, Nunu looking to zone.
Gragas on the flank here, but just going to get bursted down. With Akali does get a shut down, but is pretty much out of the fight and has to reset. Nunu gets a double kill. Jinx is doing all she can, but it's not going to be enough.
It's just not what you want to see. Yeah. I mean, Cho'Gath still has his massive shield up. Yes, Akali can dive the backline, but again, the tide of Jalapenos are so far ahead at this stage. It's like, how can you deal with a full tank Cho and a full tank Nunu that have so much gold that they actually equate to the damage of the carries on Runtime, and you really just can't compete. Jinx now with the full LDR completed might be able to find a little bit more success in these fights, but again, we saw it. We saw the Akali get on top of the Senna, if I'm not mistaken, and picked up that shutdown, or maybe it was the Corgi. I'm not entirely sure, but that is half the problem in these fights.
Yeah.
Yes, you have the squishy carries in the back, but one, there's three carries that you have to deal with. Akali can only deal with one, maybe two, if she's smurfing. But generally speaking, it's just not enough, and Trundle might get caught here. He will just pillar and walk away, no problem. But yeah, Baron strong. They are gonna just push it down mid lane. They're not super interested in getting these side lane pushed in. They're like, hey, we have gold, we have the Baron buff. You're gonna come to us, and we're gonna fight now because they really perhaps want to look to end out this game just through sheer force of will. As Trundle gonna look to perhaps split up the fight.
Gragas with a massive ultimate. Corgi, 1 HP. Corgi goes down. The side of Runtime are low and now retreating. Akshan is now taking over this fight. He's taking down one already. Gragas looking to be the next target, but.
And I mean, look.
Yeah.
You blow everything. Gragas with a huge flash E into camp. It's everything, but it's just not an action.
Yeah. Senna wasn't even in that fight apart from the use of her ulti, and is still unable to.
Oh, but Akali not done yet.
But
never mind, she's done now. They are just going to look to finish up this game. They will pick up the Jinx, straight up tower dive, and Janna is the only man left standing as Cho'Gath and Akshan will just look to pick up the rest of the base, unless Nunu getting a little bit ahead of himself there. Maybe they can't end. As Senna does come in now, I'd expect him to friend. Okay, well, never mind.
Akshan lives as well.
Swings in, swings out. King of the jungle, king of the rift. Akshan here today.
14-0.
14-0. That being said, Runtime not going to go down quietly. They are respawning slowly.
Gragas is going to look for this Akshan, but
he's meant to be a
he's meant to be a tank, this Gragas, but he's turned into a squishy.
Tanky. Yes, sir. That's a 15-1 now because he did end up getting picked up, but that is a 3-4 item strong Akshan, and I mean, this man is cutting through tanks like, again, you said it, they're carries, right? And to be the end of the did I speak too soon again? Akali's looking in the back line, gonna go golden. They are gonna pick up the shutdown onto Cho'Gath.
Akshan's gonna dodge away on that ulti.
Another shutdown goes down. Nunu's gonna be forced to run away here. Runtime holds strong at their nexus. Is it a case of Wynyards here? Trundle is desperately trying to clear out these waves. Everyone is getting back to help out now, but
I don't think
a lot of super minions.
Will it be
enough? Is it gonna be a minion diff?
I think we're just gonna have enough to clear this out, but
I mean,
I don't know how they're gonna get themselves back into this.
Yes, dire straits here for
especially with an Elder coming up in 45 seconds.
I mean, Elder's coming up in 45 seconds. A light breeze, and that Nexus is exploding, unfortunately. So Runtime gonna be locked into their base for the time being because there are no TP wards potentially, but they have no towers. They're down 2 inhibitors. No Nexus turrets. The base is exposed, so I wouldn't expect to see a backdoor attempt here even.
They would need a miracle to get back into this one for sure.
True, but again, the call of the Elder Dragon baiting Janna out of her base. Corgi is not going to capitalize on that. But again, some good vision, and it's looking like Jalapeons are not. Are they going to look for this? Yes, they are.
I think they're just going to play it safe and go for it.
They're going to take the Elder.
Yeah, Trundle could look for the steal, but I don't think Akshan's going to.
Akshan is not going to allow the steal as he pops the plant. Well done by him. But yeah, I mean, it's going to look like a completely free Elder. I mean, what can you do from Runtime? Jinx Super Mega Death Rocket nearly comes in to... I mean, I say nearly comes in to steal it. I mean, the Janna also tries, but you got a Cho'Gath, you got a Nunu. That thing is literally getting smited from 3k HP, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. But yeah, we have an Eldered up red side now who are 13k gold ahead. Akshan is gonna look at Akali, go in. Unfortunately, not at anything, and he might get caught out here.
Senna ulti does heal him all back up with the shield, as Akshan does look to deal some damage onto him.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just an absolute.
it's the Elder.
Yeah.
It's the 15k
Thank
gold lead. Yeah. It's not super difficult to see that this fight's a little bit one-sided.
Yeah.
Gragas tries his hardest. They all try as they might, but it's looking like
Yeah, Jalapeons just dominate this game from the beginning, really.
only like we saw it. Akshan was 3-0 out of lane, so super well played by him. And yeah, Jalapeon's gonna take that win over Runtime, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be light work. But ultimately, I think both teams went into this with a good idea on what they wanted to do. But again, Jalapeon's really doing a great job of getting Corgi out of lane, getting Akshan out of lane. Both of them really not scared to sacrifice a couple of mini waves to put this Jinx behind. I think she got dove 3, 4, 5 times, something crazy like that. But identifying where the carries from Runtime are going to come from and really doing a good job of just completely shutting them out of the game. And then once that happens, you have a Cho and a Nunu. You're not losing objectives. Like, it's just not going to happen. Objectives are gone from, like, 3k HP.
The only way they have a chance of getting it is if they were to win a team fight before them, but it just never really looked like happening.
But yeah, again, ultimately, Jalapeons will take the win. And that being said, I think we are going to take a 5-minute break or so just to catch our breaths. And I think we shall see everyone in 5 minutes, and we will come back to Jalapeons versus Negative Gaming. Can Jalapeons continue this crazy run of form as they have done here and come out top of their group and really secure their seed and their spot in Division 1?